speaking up for yourself. That's what this video is about today. Now, listen, speaking up for yourself is basically learning how to express yourself. When you learn how to express yourself, then you can speak up for yourself properly, and then you can have control over your life, because you don't allow people to push you around and do whatever they want. And I can end this video right now and you got value. No, but I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you how I got to be able to speak up for myself properly, and when I say properly, because we can speak up for ourselves, but then just make the situation a lot worse. And if that is you, then you want to watch this video. So I'll give you the process of what worked for me. So I started to, at first I was scared. I was terrified of saying how I feel to people, because I just felt like people didn't care how I felt. But you know what? Who cares if they care how I felt? I care about how I feel. And this is my life, and I need to take control of it. So I will start to say, I don't like this, or I don't like when you do that. And really and truly let the other person know how I felt about a particular situation. Now, it was scary, and it's going to be scary, but start with little things. Start trying little things, and while you're doing that, while you're telling people, you know, I don't like this or I don't like that, and obviously you're scared as hell to tell them, then at least you're expressing yourself in that moment. All the while you're doing inner work. And inner work is, listen, get up every day, look in your mirror and tell yourself, I love you. You deserve the best. Come up with at least 5 affirmations, and you can do this mentally or you can do this out loud. It depends on whatever situation you're living in, but do this every single day, and that will start to build your confidence. Because the reason why you're not being able or you're so scared to speak up for yourself is that you don't believe in you, and it's going to take a lot of work. It took a lot of work for me, and I started to speak up for myself, and at the same time I started to do this. I started to look in the mirror, tell myself I love you, and start to do a lot of inner work on myself. I watched a lot of motivational videos, and I did all that stuff. And I started to do even meditations and stuff to get to know myself properly, because it was all in knowing me, getting to know me. And I thought, and which is true, that once I know myself, I can be able to better express myself properly. Now, I thought I had this so down pat. I thought I was so good by the time me and my ex broke up. And then one day I was talking to this friend, and they said to me, you know that you talk a lot on text than you do verbally. And I was like, really? So I didn't know that. I thought that I was very outspoken, and I really wasn't. I really wasn't. So yeah, it's good when you have good people around you to see your attitudes and to see your behaviors, to correct you. And listen, don't take it as a this or that they're putting you down, because some criticism is good criticism. Not every criticism is good criticism, but you would know, because if you're some person that looks at yourself and try to make yourself better, you will look and see. So what I started to do then is I started to voice note a lot. So a lot of people that instead of texting them, instead of doing this, I would do this. I would send a voice note, and you can start learning how to express yourself a lot better by voice noting people instead of typing. Because when you're typing, you're not actually speaking. You're using your thumbs or your fingers or whatever you use. Well, your fingers or your thumbs. Anyhow, you know how you type on your phone or your computer. And well, we text on our phones and our computers too. Yeah. Anyhow, right. So use voice notes to better express yourself to people. Use video calling to so that you can see people and speak to them. And instead of having a text conversation, call the person and speak to them. Because the more that you speak and the more that you're expressing or trying to explain yourself on the phone or in person is better. But whatever opportunity that you can use to speak, use that. Do that, because the more that you speak, the more you'll start to be able to having to explain yourself a lot better, because you can be very good at explaining yourself at texting. Can you really? Not really in situations that annoy you, but you can be good at having a casual conversation at texting, and not good at having that same casual conversation while you're speaking to some person on the phone or in person, especially in person. And we cannot allow our devices, I'm doing that because my phone is in front of me, can't allow our devices to be the better part of us. We have to be the better part of us. So voice note. So the first step was to start to tell people how you feel in a certain situation, and the next step was to do a lot of voice noting. Start to do that. Now, you're going to come across situations that are going to get you very mad. You're going to have situations that are going to make you feel very bad. We're in life, things do happen. Now, how do you speak up for yourself in those situations, but then not make yourself sound like an idiot? Is before you send that voice note, before you send that message, before you call that person, think about what really is the end result that you want out of this situation. What do you really want come out of it? How do you really feel about this particular situation? And once you come to that conclusion, don't do it before, don't do it when you're angry, when your head is hot. Come to that conclusion first, and then say how you feel. Because speaking up for yourself really is being able to tell people how you feel in a particular situation without having to degrade them or bring them down to bring yourself back up. So, to make you feel it, to make you higher or better than them, is just so that you can just let this person know, listen, I didn't like this, or I didn't like that, or please can you not do that anymore. That's basically it. Because the reason why this topic, speaking up for yourself, could be very touchy and could be very hard for people like us that are or that were or that is very insecure and I used to be very insecure, didn't have that self-love, and you have to do all that work. I lost my train of thought there. Right, it'll come back. Right. Anyhow, right, so you're not able to express yourself a lot better with lashing out. If you lash out, then you're just gonna sound dumb in the situation. And it's speaking up for yourself is not lashing out at some person, but it's really and truly just expressing how you feel. So to basically break down this video as much further as I can, is think about speaking up for yourself like this. Letting other people know how I feel in a particular situation without calling the person names or bringing the person down, but just expressing how I feel in this situation. It's all about how you feel, and at the same time you're still taking in consideration though how the other person feels as well. Because listen, as much as you're speaking up for yourself, there's always some person in that situation with you, and it's not about bringing them down, right? So to close out this video, you're gonna just go through those things one more time. Remember, speaking up for yourself, voice note. Send a lot of voice notes to your friends, your family, whoever you're talking to. Send a lot of voice notes that express yourself. And when you're sending these voice notes, make sure that you ask the person, do you understand me? So that they can let you know yes or no, and you work on that. Next thing, start to force yourself to say, I don't like this, or I don't like that, or no thank you. You know, whatever the situation is, try your best to always express your feelings in whatever situation you're in. All right, that's the next one. And the third one will be just keep practicing a lot of inner work. Do that mirror work, do that, keep talking to yourself, especially when you have your time alone, and sort of learning to love yourself in that in that time, and learning to love yourself really, because if you learn how to love yourself, then you won't want any person to treat you badly, and then therefore it will force you to want to speak up for yourself. And that's how the process goes. Now, I hope you got value from this video, and if you know some person that you want, you know that they need to learn how to speak up for themselves, you can share this video with them. And I also want to hear from you in the comments. Have you started to speak up for yourself? And what is one thing that you got from this video that you're going to use and start practicing moving forward in speaking up for yourself? And if you went through a similar situation, or you used to not know how to speak up for yourself but now you do, we want to hear from you as well in the comments, because this is a community that is going to help each other to be able to become better at being you, really. Thank you guys for watching, and do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.